Hello everybody and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. In last episode when we left off, I think we didn't have a run, and this episode we're going to do the rest of the game, at least for Terra. We've got Fire Surges and Kuraga all over the place. Nothing is going to change there. What we are, however, going to change is what is this command list. Don't really care about that, never mind. What we are going to change is our Keyblade, which is going to change into the Ends of Earth. Pixie Pedal is a very good magic Keyblade, I don't give a shit. Ends of Earth, which is the same strength, it's a longer reach Keyblade, and it has more magic, which I don't think really matters all that much. Let's land in the Land of Departure before we actually go into the final world of the game. It's going to be a lot of cutscenes today.
But you must exist no more.
Ben!
What?
Master! Have you gone mad?
Terra! I command you, step aside.
No!
You will not heed your master?
I won't!
Why do all my attempts to reach you fail? If you don't have it in your heart to obey, then you will have to share Ventus's fate.
Enough, Terra! He's right!
Quiet!
I mean, he is right. Kind of. Except that one light and one darkness is not enough to forge the Keyblade proper, so he's not really right. And this is supposed to be in Hollow Bastion, according to the earliest trailers. Of course, Land of Departure wasn't like modeled and designed yet back then, so that was placeholder, obviously.
You may be my master, but I will not let you hurt my friend!
Has the darkness taken you, Terra?
Yes, it has. I like how he still makes a light-based corridor there and doesn't go all corridor of darkness suddenly.
Wait, Terra!
At least it looks like it would be a light-based corridor. And it sends him to Destiny Islands, which, spoiler for the Ventus campaign, which we'll be doing after this one. Quail Master Ericus' anger. Translated to murder the fool. We do get a Dark Impulse here, which is going to be the only command slot we can actually use in this fight, which is actually a very interesting mechanic, or well, more so gimmick, I'd say, that I really wish that we'd see more of in this game. It's not an easy fight. It definitely is not an easy fight, but it could be worse. Because I have a healing block. So I don't even need Kuraga, is what I'm saying, really. And together with Fire Surge, Counter Hammer, again. Okay, Dark Impulse, this is actually a pretty good thing to be doing. And then Fire Surge, Fire Surge, Fire Surge, and... No. I do have second chance on once more now, so even if he does hit me again, I will live. Actually... let's try to use block to heal. Again, I've never used that ability or that command before, renew a block, because I didn't know it existed. Now that I know it exists, I cannot live without it, I think. It's really... okay, I need to cure to be sure. Just to be sure. Renewal block is to make sure that I don't reach 1 HP, and then Kuraga is when I reach 1 HP, getting back up to full. So we just win here, because shot lock. Max HP increased, we're at pretty much the end of the game, and look at the amount of HP I have. If this were beginner mode, my HP bar would exceed my focus bar. It'd be longer than my focus bar. It's insane. More cutscenes.
What have I done? Master,
You murdered him.
I just
Except not really.
wanted to keep Ven safe.
No, you were right. I failed you, Terra. Perhaps I've no one to blame but myself for the darkness inside you. And now, I've done worse. raised my Keyblade against you and Ventus.
In this cutscene,
Heart is darkest.
I can really hear Mark Hamill in his voice. In some cases I can't, but... And that's the thing with Mark Hamill, he's a good actor, but in a lot of the roles, sometimes he, as like himself, shines through a bit. This cutscene, for instance, in The Last Jedi, he's got a couple of moments where I'm like, yeah, that's not Luke Skywalker, that's Mark Hamill. And I'm strangely okay with it. Anyway, this is not a Last Jedi review. This is a Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Let's Play part.
Master Ericus.
What a sight. Why do you trouble yourself with remorse, Master Terra? The man was bent on doing harm to your friend, his own pupil.
Master Xehanort, why?
You know, at times I find your progress quite striking. But you still fall short. Let all that anger out, my boy. Give your heart over to darkness.
What do you mean?
Still so blind. Then I will make you see. Come to the place where all Keyblade wielders leave their mark on fate. The Keyblade Graveyard. There you will watch your dear Ventus and Aqua meet their ends. And the last light within you will die.
As well as his entire world. So, oh, it's we're not going to keep it
home anymore where you're going.
What? Xehanort!
This is where he stops calling him Master Xehanort and starts calling him Xehanort. It's a really interesting moment because of that. He goes from being the master and being like... I'll get to this in a moment, actually. He goes from being the master and the person Terra looks up to being the proper villain. Not being Master Xehanort anymore, but being Xehanort. Xehanort that needs to be stopped. Just by not using the word master there. I wonder if in the Japanese version they do that with leaving out the sama suffix. They probably do. Or whatever. Maybe it's just a word for master in Japanese. I don't know. I know that in Dragon Ball Super. Oh.
Aqua.
There's cutscene
I
dialogue.
won't let him hurt you.
I know that in Dragon Ball Super, there's one moment where Frieza refers to Beerus as just Beerus rather than Beerus-sama, which is like supposed to be a big moment. That's the moment where he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna bow down to this weird-ass cat which has like purple power. And in the English translation, they don't have a like one-to-one like linguistic thing for it, so it's done mostly through like the voice acting. It's very interesting. So I do wonder how they deal with this scene in the Japanese version. That being said, the land of departure got absolutely annihilated here, where the entire right side of it is just gone. And when it's turned into Castle Oblivion, and then turned back into Land of Departure, it restores it to before Xehanort destroyed it, and not to before Aqua sealed it. That seems slightly inconsistent, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, also spoilers, they turned it into Castle Oblivion.
I do for friendship.
Because I'm an angsty anime character, and that's pretty much what angsty anime characters do. Friendship and hating themselves. Anyhow, the Keyblade Graveyard. This is going to be, again, mostly cutscenes and like 50 million boss fights. I'm going to try and avoid the random unverse battles as much as I possibly can. I can't promise that I'll avoid them all. Okay, first things first. Since we're mostly a melee build, we don't need the magic that Ends of Earth gives us. As a matter of fact, I don't even mind the -2 magic Chaos Ripper gives us because its strength is double that of Ends of Earth. It's, I think, the most physically powerful Keyblade in the game. Maybe the I don't know what it is. I think it's the Keyblade you get for defeating No Heart, the one with the crown on it, which is better than Ultima Weapon. Might have a higher strength value as well as having a decent magic value, and is available for all 3 characters. Obviously, this is only available for Terra, but even then, I think this might still be a more physically powerful Keyblade, and it has a very long reach, which again is only really important if you're not spamming Fire Surge, which obviously we're spamming Fire Surge. You can, if you have everything max leveled in your sliding dash and sonic impact, you can outrun these. You need to do a little bit of clever routing for it, but you can outrun them and go instantly into the boss fights here. So there's no use in me trying to save here, I want to say, because we're just gonna win. I don't know how long this episode is going to be. I expect it to be like 20 minutes in at this point in the episode. So this might only be a 35-minute episode, depending on how long the cutscenes take. But I don't think the cutscenes particularly take that long for Terra in the Keyblade Graveyard. Ventus and Aqua a little bit more, I think. There's the one huge cutscene that everyone shares though. So that'll probably take like 3 or 4 minutes in and of itself. Which is this one and then the next one. But it had to be split into 2 cutscenes because of RAM issues, I'm guessing. This is also the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 2. But they're not wearing armor.
I was told the master was struck down.
Yes, that's right. I was stupid and helped Xehanort do it. The Master. He tried to hurt Ven. I only fought because I wanted to protect him. But I was tricked. Xehanort set the whole thing up. Also, he could awaken the darkness inside me. You were right, Aqua. And so was the Master. I did need to be watched.
Yeah, you did.
I went astray. But no more.
What else is darkness but hate and rage?
But also power. Power.
Xehanort is feeding the dark fires within you, making you fight. You'll go astray again. Tell me, how does that honor our master's memory, Terra?
I've always wondered, would they like fight here if Ventus and later Xehanort didn't show up?
Xehanort wants me and Benitez to fight. And make some kind of Keyblade. But the master said we can't let that happen. And he tried to destroy me for it.
Keyblade?
I still don't know exactly what it is. But it scares me to death. Even just the thought of it.
Relax, man. We're here, and we're gonna take care of you.
I may have to fight Benitez after all.
Check in on Sundays for Vanitas.
Guys,
It's a real
I want you
interesting series to
Never
watch.
be torn apart, all right? I'll always find a way.
I'm asking you, as a friend. Just put an end to me.
And this is the guy that wasn't supposed to be a Union leader. Like, in that context, this cutscene becomes a lot more powerful and like shows a lot of growth for Ventus. Obviously, we don't quite know everything about Ventus' story yet. It's still very interesting.
Behold, these lifeless keys used to be full of power, united with the hearts of their masters. On this barren soil, keyblades of light and darkness were locked in combat as a great Keyblade war raged. Countless Keyblade wielders gave up their lives, all in search of one ultimate key. And it will soon belong to me.
Give or take about 15 years.
Keyblade!
Most of which you are technically some form of dead one way or the other. So from your perspective, it's pretty soon, actually, yeah. Should have used that against Sora. The issue with this cutscene is that it portrays Xehanort to be stupidly powerful. And honestly, Kingdom Hearts 3 did a pretty good job making Sora seem very powerful as well, with the insane combos and air movement and airtime you can get. But still, it seemed like Xehanort just wasn't using his full power, especially since he had the most powerful Keyblade of all time. His data fight though, that one seems about right for having the Keyblade. It's a good fight. Oh, I remember when we thought Roxas was getting frozen here. Remember when we thought that? That was cute. And when we thought that this was Kairi with blue hair. And that must mean that Terra somehow is an older Riku. Especially since he had those darkness eyes. Which he actually doesn't have in this version, I don't think. I think that's a purely cinematic thing for the secret ending. I don't think his eyes go yellow here.
Ben, are you okay?
We might skip this cutscene in the other two playthroughs. Because it seems a little bit redundant to have it both ways. Also, how can he just summon Kingdom Hearts like that? Because this is the true Kingdom Hearts. I also got a text. This is the true Kingdom Hearts. This is not a man-made Kingdom Hearts like the one in Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, this is the real one. How can he just summon it like that? Isn't that what he needs the Keyblade for? So yeah, that shot we just had in the original cinematic, he got yellow eyes. He doesn't right here. Yeah, that was a bit of a jarring transition.
Admirably done. I knew this was a journey you could make. Over the unseen wall that divides darkness and light. And I was not wrong, Terra!
My friend, Ben. You tell me, Xehanort. What did you do to him?
Why, I did him a favor and freed the darkness inside him. Alas, poor Ventus never had the fortitude for such strenuous trials.
Honestly, he kind of did him a favor because it was not his darkness. he was being possessed by it. So Xehanort is not wrong, but I don't think he knows that he is kind of right here. I don't think... Do we fight... I think we mainly fight Vanitas in this one. And then we fight Xehanort afterwards? That's how that... Whoa, Vanitas, hello. You can teleport. I kind of forgot about that. Vanitas is a pretty annoying fight to deal with as being Terra, because he's a very speedy enemy. And obviously, Terra is not very speedy at all. Wait, do I actually deplete his entire HP? I didn't think you did. You know what? That's kind of fine, because it's fairly easy either way. And now, next up, Xehanort. And then the actual difficult fight.
Go take what Ventus owes you, and take Aqua's life. You see how powerless you are to save them. Savor that rage and despair. Let it empower you.
You will pay, Xehanort. Was my master? No. My father, Ericus, not enough for you? Leave my friends alone!
Yes, boy, that's
I want this tray, but no more. Terra, you gigantic failure!
With Angler.
I mean, I like my darkness-based characters, don't get me wrong, but you're gigantic fucking failure. You're not Riku. You'll never be Riku. Riku is so much better than you. Okay. Let's start this off with a shot lock, just cause. That did not work. Never. Oh, you can't block that. Okay, that's good to know. We just need to murder an old man. That shouldn't be that big of a deal. Because, again, Fire Surge is a thing we have. And Xehanort doesn't really do anything. So we can just annihilate this fool. Yeah, as I said, this is not a difficult fight. The difficult fight is coming up right after this one. Which is right now. We do get a maximum HP increase for that, though. I think if you desperately need it, going through the Mirage Arena, you also get 1 or 2 HP upgrades still.
Oh, there, you see? The Keyblade has been forged!
Then!
And now, Terra, it is time for the final union!
What?
At last, our moment is here. Out with the old and brittle vessel, and in with a younger, stronger new one.
Pulling a Lucio is what we call that.
I swore I would survive, and be there to see what awaited beyond the Keyblade War.
It still seems like Xehanort,
And now,
like especially
it's
with
your
that quote.
darkness that shall be the arc that sustains me!
It still seems like he is more than Ratzel. And now we know. Maybe Darkroad will answer this in due time. How Xehanort has, like, part of Lucio or the Master of Masters within him, something like that. Maybe not. It's unlikely that it'll get written back into the main story, because obviously the voice actor situation. But anything that doesn't require voice acting as a backstory, potentially.
This heart belongs again to darkness. All worlds begin in darkness, and also end. The heart is no different. Darkness sprouts within it. It grows, consumes it.
Don't try to be Ansem.
Such is its nature. In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
Because this iteration of it is not as good.
What? Your body submits, your heart succumbs. So why does your mind resist?
Because we need a difficult-ass boss fight to end off this campaign, that's why. This boss fight is actually hell. This boss fight is probably the most difficult non-optional boss fight in the game. Obviously every single optional one is markedly more difficult than this one, but this is definitely... Yeah, I'm fairly confident in saying that this is the most difficult non-optional boss fight in the game. That being said, I am starting off with dealing a lot of damage, so maybe we'll do well. Mostly a matter of blocking, especially against that attack. But if you just block a lot, you'll probably be mostly fine in this fight. I say mostly because that can and will... No. You also do need second chance and once more. Both, if at all possible. Because that can and will happen. No, 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 no. No, no, no! I somehow survived that. I do not understand! Damn it! I didn't die against Ericus, which is also a very difficult boss fight. This should show you how much more difficult this fight is, because I didn't even have that much trouble with Ericus. I died in the first half of this fight. That was a real good start though. We both blocked at the same time. Yeah, the downside to having a blocking-based strategy, that was not a great idea. The downside to having a blocking-based strategy, which is really required for this fight, is also that you can't spam block as well as some other moves in this game. Which means that you might be in trouble in certain situations. Okay, I need to block something. Right now. And I can't fuck it up! Thank you for giving me HP. That could have gone better. Another thing that is worth mentioning is that this is one of the few fights that I'll actually be using finishing commands a little bit because I'm blocking so much. And we're almost back at full HP. I also still have my full focus. I probably should be using a shot lock whenever I can. But this guy is a speedy motherfucker. So I don't know if that'll be able to. Yep, I'm able to. That's going to deal a pretty good amount of damage. Because it also makes me invincible. That was just in fucking time. You know what? I'll take it. Okay. Best way to deal with this, I find, is shot lock him and just invincibility your way through this attack. You do need to time it properly though, and it seems like I actually did. Wow. It deals a lot of damage against him, and it also it also gets you through the attack. I don't know if that's the best way to go about doing it. It's the way that I always go about. You also have Curaga. That's right. That's another annoying part about this fight. The bad part about that strat is that you can't necessarily do it twice. But that's what you have Curaga for, I guess. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out! Block. I need HP. Fire Surge, Firestorm. Almost the same as Fire Surge. I'm using Fire Surge. Well, and Firestorm. Fuck! I got so close. I should have... See? You know what I'm thinking? You know what? We're doing fairly well here. I probably should be a little bit more aggressive. I start taking damage. I can only be more aggressive when I am certain that Kuroga is at immediate use for me if I want to. Also, you'll notice that our Keyblade got reverted back to Ends of Earth. To this day, I don't know if that's only a visual thing or if it's actually Ends of Earth. I'm assuming it's actually Ends of Earth and not Chaos Ripper anymore. I don't know for sure. I do hope, by the way, that the no-name Keyblade, that the one that is Xehanort, is also a Keyblade in the Vanitas mode. Because, spoilers, I guess? I think this is getting uploaded after that video goes up, so it doesn't matter that much. The Keyblade of Hearts from Kingdom Hearts 1 is a Keyblade in the Vanitas mod for Kingdom Hearts 2. So, there is a potential, like, chance that this Keyblade also shows up as one of the dark versions of an existing Keyblade. Probably, like, I know also my weapon is the Keyblade, so maybe the Decisive Pumpkin because it's such a good Keyblade? I don't know. I don't need to use it yet. I do not need to use it yet. I can still get my HP back through. Can you fuck off? I do not appreciate you. Okay, so now we need to use Kuroga. Fire Surge also gives you iframes, actually. I kind of forgot about that for a moment. That's also a good way to get through these moves. It also does waste, like, a huge portion of your deck, though. I need invincibility to... I need invincibility. Need invincibility. I didn't get a lot of hits. I'm getting a lot more hits in now. Please don't fuck! I needed invincibility to restore my cure. I probably would have been better off just like blocking once and getting my HP back that way. This is why this episode is so long, if you're wondering. I went through the... I don't know if I have a disproportionate amount of difficulty with this boss fight, or if this boss fight is just stupidly difficult. It's a bit of both, probably. But I'm gonna say that this boss fight is just out of nowhere very difficult for being... This feels like the actual final boss of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and say that even this fight is more difficult than the fight you have as Aqua against Terra Nords. Which is stupid, because you can't even do that fight until you finish all 3 campaigns, including this fight. If you have attack reload boost, or whatever the ability is called, by the way, your fire surges will reload faster, which is a real nice thing to have in a fight like this. Okay, so you're gonna do this again. I wasted all of my focus on that. That's not good. And it didn't even save me. That could have gone better. I'll admit that. That could have... Oh my god! Oh my... I forgot that he has that attack. He never fucking uses... Oh no! Wrong button! I'll see you guys back in a moment when we're back at the boss fight. Don't press the continue button. At least this time I can skip the cutscenes, and the first 2 fights are fairly quick. So I've got that going for me, I guess. It's interesting that how when you beat Xehanort, the last fight with Xehanort, his end of battle quote is only now have I truly won, which is completely correct, because everything here is according to his plan, even losing that fight. And even before the cutscene where you find that out starts, he kind of tells you, are you going to attack me? I'm not going to chance it. If I'm being a bit silent during this fight, it's because I have so far died like 4 or 5 times to it, and I'm kind of done dying. So I'm going to keep blocking, and that should have definitely given me HP. Yeah, that attack could have fully healed me. I need to block more and counter less. That sounds really counterintuitive, but the moment I counter, I give up my right to not taking damage from the attacks following. Which isn't always a good thing. As a matter of fact, in this fight, it's mostly a bad thing. Though this seems to be working fairly well for me. And Blade Charge. That's actually huge, because Blade Charge allows me to, I think, just straight up deal more damage as well. As long as I don't get beaten to death, that is. I need to block. I need to block. I need to block. Please let me block. Okay, thank you for letting me block. Again, need to block something. That works for me. If I can use the Blade Charge and Command, that'll also deal a good amount of damage. Blade Charge. No, Kyuraga. Blade Charge. I like that. I don't like the fact that I got hit straight after it, but... And then you heal straight after that, which is a bit of a bitch move, not gonna lie. And that's also a bit of a bitch move. Okay, that is just not fair. I'm back at full HP, never mind. I'm fine. I am 352% fine. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That can be an annoying attack. It's a good thing that he did it so close to the edge, because otherwise, sometimes you just can't avoid that. Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like you just can't avoid it. And that is really annoying to deal with. You're doing this again? Really? Let's block. That seemed to work last time. It does heal me quite a bit, actually, so I suddenly appreciate that attack a lot more. Still having huge troubles here. But he's almost back to his last HP bar, so surely that is a good thing. Fake him out on that one. Block. Have some HP. He's down to his last HP bar. We can do this, and I'll have beaten Terra's story in critical mode, which might be a first. I don't know if I can do this, but let's give it a shot. Okay, that was a waste of a fire. Heal. Honestly, that was a panic heal. I didn't need to heal there, but I am so close to winning this time. I'm not taking any goddamn risks. I'm just spamming Fire Surge, and I'm murdering this fool, and we have won, question mark. Maybe we did! We did. And it didn't even take that long, all things considered, only like 5 or 6 tries. Which for this boss fight, isn't that bad. I'm still upset that Lingering Wheel wasn't like more of a part of Terra's like restoration into being Terra. He just like he shows up, but not for that part. Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of dropped the ball on a lot of things. Like, it didn't do it badly, but it could have done it better. I think that is pretty much Kingdom Hearts 3 in a sentence. It didn't do it badly, it just could have done it better. From a storytelling perspective, from a gameplay perspective, it's actually really just fun to play. It's really fun, really satisfying, really responsive. I don't mind the floatiness. As a matter of fact, I kind of like the fact that you can play it, like... I think during the final boss against Xehanort with the Keyblade, after I left the ground, after starting my first combo, I don't think I ever touched the ground again during the entire fight until he does the like forced aspiration move where you are back on the ground. I think I did the entire fight in midair. And I love the fact that you can do that and that the game, like, it feels like a real power escalation from Kingdom Hearts 1 where the platform was clunky and weird, and here you can just pretty much like fly around freely almost. And I really liked it about Kingdom Hearts 3, but the storytelling, oh man, it's
Aqua,
not very well done.
then, one day, I will set this right.
Not before becoming a Guardian Heartless for a while though. Look! Comments, Tatsuya Nomura. You are a wild man. Better reports. The Vessel, Trophy Urn. Critical mode report completion is 43%, enemies defeated 1767. Most used command is obviously Fire Surge with almost 600 times. Most used command style is Fire Storm with almost 100 times. Most used D-Link is Aventus with 9 times. And I did it all in 6 hours, 47 minutes and 56. It's been a long day, okay? Seconds, which I didn't even know it tracked seconds at all. Let's go to the save menu. I did make a save after every single recording session, so there's a lot of saves for Terra. I'm going to make a new one again, because just in case this recording messes up somehow, I can go back and re-record it. I don't think I'll have to, but clear save data. Next time, I guess we're moving on to Ventus. We'll be doing the Land of Departure. We don't want to have that audio in video. We'll be doing the Land of Departure. And I guess the Dwarf Woodlands in one episode, because we don't have to do the tutorial again. So I guess we're not going to have a dedicated Land of Departure episode next time. I'm not going to do it with this episode because we're already 45 minutes in almost. It's about time to end of this episode. So if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to leave a like, give me subscribe to my channel. If you have, until next time, I'm a vlogger. You've been awesome. This has been the Terra story of Birth by Sleep. Or a third way through. Almost. We also have like 2 epilogues to do after that still. I'll see you all back next time. Bye.